Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. On today's tutorial we'll be learning how to make bouncy knots. So you can decide to substitute these easy bouncy knots for your wigs. So welcome and let's get started. If you are my existing subscriber, thanks for coming back to watch my video. And if you are coming across my video for the first time, please kindly subscribe, like my videos, grab your popcorn and let's get started. Now this is my hair. I washed it, that's why it's looking this way. So what I have to do now is just to loosen these gigantic braids I have on, comb the hair, and we'll start the process. I'm using my fingers now to loosen the back braid, just like this. So that's all. I'll comb it section by section, section by section, so it don't become too much for me to handle. So you have it, I'm done combing the hair. Now let's get to work. While using this Brazilian wool, you can see what it looks like. That's what it's called in Nigeria. I don't know the name it has outside Nigeria, but it's a Brazilian wool. If you're in Nigeria, you just ask Brazilian wool and they'll give it to you. Then you use your fingers to check if your line is straight. Then using this iron stuff, it's called misela. I actually know that this is a native name for this, but I do not know the English name. So let me just use like your line cutter. So now you use this now to what? Divide your hair into the portion you are working with. You use your finger to check if your line is straight. So since you can't see your back, your finger will play the role of your eyes for you. As you can see, the moment you run your finger, you know that there's a problem. Like I spotted that problem, but I felt like it's not so much of a big deal, so I'm going to ignore that. After this now, I'm going to try to secure the part of my hair which I'm not working with using this shoelace. You can use anything you want, your rubber ring, anything you can just use to pack up your hair so it don't disturb you while you're working. You don't have to go through that stress of making sure the hair from the upper part is not coming in and all that. The next thing you do is using my misela hair cutter or line cutter, whatever, but for this tutorial I'll use what I'm comfortable with. Using the misela, I'll divide the hair into two. Now since this is a bouncy knot, you don't need it to be small. Cut it as big as you want. Divide your hair into 3 parts. Then you go in like this. You just keep on going, keep on going. You don't need any special skills. Like I'm not an hairdresser. I've not done anything concerning hairdressing, but I can do this perfectly. So if you just keep moving your fingers this way, you are really going to get it. And you don't have to care if your braid is smooth or not. It's bouncing out, so just keep watching. You'll see how everything will play out. But if you decide to cut your hair into smaller portions, know that you would need an external attachment to your hair to make it give it volume. Because if you decide to cut your hair into small piece and you don't use anything like attachment or any form of wool or something to just give the knot that volume in it so it can have that bouncy effect, then you're making something that don't have a name, because that's not bouncing nuts, and at the end of the day it's just going to come out funny. So just stick to this measurement and trust me, at the end of the day you get something very nice. Making hair is very, very painful for me. I've tried cutting my hair several times and I did not still like the way I felt after cutting my hair. When I come back from the barbing salon, I'm like, oh no. So I derived this easy DIY method to give my face that different look whenever I feel like, oh, I've appeared on wigs for too long. So I'll feel like, okay, let me give my face a shift from the regular look, and bouncing knot is here to save the day. So now I'm just repeating the same thing I did in the down part, trying to get my straight line across. I'm still using my micellar and my hand to pat my line through my hair, just like that. Just like that. After patting the line, I'll still go through that process of using my finger to run through the line to see if it's straight, then make any necessary adjustment that is needed. That's exactly what I'm doing. Just stick around with me. You can see my line. Stick around with me, you'll see that this is easier than you thought. Yes. So if you are a busy person, okay, you work Monday to Friday, Saturday you do your laundry, Sunday you have your religious activities or anything taking up your time, and at the end of the day you find out that your hair is not made and you still have to rush back to wig again. You can actually try this out and you see your face will have a very different look. So it's not good to get too familiarized with just wig look. So this one now give you a very, very different vibe. You'll be outstanding, you look unique, and you'll receive a lot of compliments at your workplace. So I'm just going through the same process now. For the middle part, I'm going to part it into 3. Just 3. Yes, I need it that big because it's bouncing nuts. And I want an easy to do hairstyle. If I had the time and patience to make something tiny and time consuming, I would go to the salon and get my hair done. But since I want something easy and quick, then there's no point stressing myself making it tiny when I know at the end of the day the bigger one looks preferable than the tiny ones, because you just have something very funny if you eventually do this style using your tiny cuts. That's the second part where I'm still going to make my braid, my second braid. See, divide your hair into 3. Trust me, if you sit down to try this thing, you will know that you don't need any special skills. You don't have to be used to hair making. You don't have to be a salonist. You don't have to be a hairstylist before you can do this. It's something you can do without any knowledge, without having any knowledge on hairdressing. You continue that way and you're done. Now you make the third part. Please, if you've watched to this point, kindly subscribe to my channel. Now I'm just going to continue all this way till we finally braided all the portion of our hair, just like that. Now I'm at the front. I'm cutting the straight line, the same pattern. Cut the straight line to get the front parts out. Then inside there, I just have a semicircle and I'm going to braid it as one piece. That's what I'm doing. So what I have is just what's the front part of my hair. As you can see, in total, I have just 4 braids sitting on my hair. And yes, I love that size. It's perfect for me. So now I'm at the front. Trying to get my line straight. You know, this is your front hair, so you need everything looking sleek. Make sure you get your lines well at this point. Then you continue it all the way, all the way. This is just one method of making bounty knots. Trust me, I'll upload another method. You can decide to choose which one you like. Then practice it and tell me what the outcome was like, if you like it or not. And I'll also be uploading videos and pictures of myself rocking this bounty knot hairstyle to my workplace, to seminar, to my place of service. So you would actually see for a reality that yes, this is something I enjoy making and it's not weird. Yes, you might feel weird the first time you try it out because you have this consciousness that I'm carrying something I made for myself. I didn't spend money to make this thing. Hope this thing looks nice and the rest. But probably when you watch videos of me in my workplace with my hairstyle, then you'll see that, oh, this is actually a very perfect and unique hairstyle to rock with confidence and you stand out easily. Now, when making the front part of your hair, you have to be careful so you don't make your braids very tight. You know, your front hair is tender, especially the edges. They are tender, so you don't end up pulling your hair too tight. Then you now have veins at the showing on your forehead. You don't need all of that. Please be very careful and mild when making the front part. Now, using my Brazilian wool, I'm just going to make like a thread-like base. There's nothing special in what I'm doing. All I'm doing is just taking this thread round the braid. Taking it round the braid, then you knot. That's it. You can see I made sure it's not tight. There's no vein showing on my forehead. If you make it tight, you have veins on your forehead and you don't need such stress because you might end up pulling out your front hair. Now you bend your braid, take it round, just take it round. There's nothing special there. Take it round the same way you're taking your Brazilian thread round, your Brazilian wool round. You take your braid round, then you still wrap your thread on your knot. You can see we have our knot, right? So that's it. You keep on wrapping it round, wrapping it round, wrapping it round. Continue the process till you've exhausted your Brazilian wool. You can use your thread or anything that looks like this around your location. So we'll do that for the second one. Bend it, take it round. Take it round. You can see there's nothing special. There's no unique skill needed. Just take it round. Take it round. When you're done taking your braid round, you start taking your thread or your Brazilian wool round, just like that. Keep the process going. If you follow this tutorial step by step, trust me, you would not have any issues replicating this style on your head. Now you can see at times the thread might try to loosen up, or let's forget about that first and make sure we create our knots. See, the first thing we did was to create our braids, right? Secondly, we move to creating the knot. So leave any thread that is trying to loosen out or go out of place from where you want it. When we get to that river, we'll cross it. But for now, let's take our thread round. When we're done making our knot, I'll tell you how to secure your Brazilian wool in place so it don't keep running out of where you asked it to be and making your hair look rough. So if you are like me, that you always feel some kind of very unhealthy pain when you make your hair, like I can't even remember when last I went to a professional to make my hair, because I really don't fancy all the whole opinion somebody will be having. Madam, is it today is time making hair? Why hair they pain you like this and stuff like that? Having 1001 opinion on what I can do to make my hair soft and the rest. Well, I just got tired of everything, and I found a way to still look nice, whereby making my hair by myself, styling it by myself. If I'm not packing it this way, I'm braiding it all back to use my wig on it. If I'm tired of using my wig, then I always have one of all these hairstyles to come to my aid, so I can have my face giving and serving a different look from what people have been used to. So you can also try this out. Now on this channel, I give fashion tutorials. I teach agriculture. I also give tips on lifestyle. Just look at how I'm teaching you how to save yourself a lot of money. Money you spend in the salon. Now I've taught you how to just make something beautiful on your hair without spending a dime. Now you're also saving your time, or you can be cooking, your food can be on the fire while you're making your hair, and this is something you won't attain if you had gone to a salon to make your hair. Yes, you suspend everything till whenever you're done with making that hair. But here you are sitting at the comfort of your house, and at the end of the day you still look as beautiful as you should if you had spent all that dollar bill and naira in the salon. So like I said, all what we need to do now is to get our knots. Now you see the knot, right? They look very okay in size. If you had cut your hair into smaller pieces, you would have something that at the end of the day you'll not be so nice to carry. It will not be so nice to carry. So I have a total of 8 bounty knots on my head. Yes, for that broad hair that you saw, that voluminous hair you saw. Yes, just 8 bounty knots. So this saved me time, and so yes, here we are for today's tutorial. When it comes to bounty knot, I don't like taking mine beyond 1 week. But if you decide to take yours longer, you can actually use any styling gel of your choice to make beautiful edges. When you notice that, okay, your edges are rough, you can use your styling gel to smoothen out your edges, and you are good to go to carry it for as long as you want. So as for today, I say thanks for watching. Kindly like my video. Drop your questions if you have any in the comment section. I'll be there to reply you.